All right, got a new thing here. Guy at work had one of these in his locker for a while. I don't know if you can see it because of the light. When you turn it on, that guy right there burns bright red. So I was dicking around with it and trying to figure it out. We put new batteries in this guy. I was like, hey, by the way, this is a remote multimeter, so did you check the batteries in this? And let's see if I can get this stupid thing open. Hold on. So I don't know if this is a design fault or if it's on purpose, but the only way to remove this is you got to use a screwdriver and freaking twist the fuck out of it. Because, yeah, why not? I took the battery out, and lo and behold, there's your problem, madam. So, gents, you've got a multi-$100 device. I don't care what it is. It's a fucking optic for a rifle, a Fluke 223 or 233 meter, whatever it is. If it costs you more than maybe, say, $50, stop using freaking alkaline batteries, okay? I don't care what it is. Alkaline batteries are fucking garbage. They always will screw up your very expensive electronics because all of them, these were energizers. I don't care where they come from. I don't care who manufactures them. They will always leak and they will always destroy hundreds of dollars worth of equipment. Just go out and buy the lithiums. Yeah, they're like $1.50. It's like buying, really choice ammunition. Yeah, every time you squeeze your trigger, you're spending $1, but it's fucking worth it if you really want to have a good time at the range, right? Same thing with lithium batteries. Just buy the freaking lithium batteries. Lithium batteries, I've never seen one that's leaked. Maybe they do. But let me tell you, I've never had one that I had a problem. So I went ahead and removed the 2 screws. Take this thing apart. I don't want to break it. I'm looking through a camera, so stand by. All right, so the way you do this is you remove the 2 screws and tilt it out of these 2 little prongs here. Quick look at the board. Again, through a freaking camera, so my vision is not exactly the greatest on this. But I don't see anything untoward. So I think we got off scot-free on this one. It's just that connector right there, or that contact, or whatever you want to call it. Contact point. So let's see if we can't get that thing cleaned up. Because I don't see anything that would cause a bleed through. Because usually if it bleeds through, if it's bad enough, it'll bleed through and actually start to eat your freaking board. And once you start eating this board, it's fucking garbage. Basura, as my wife would say. All right, let me get some terminal cleaner. I'll be right back. So we got this stuff here. It was given to me by a product representative. She said, hey, take this, see what you can do with it. See if it works. I think it works pretty well. I mean, it's not the bee's knees. But since I'm doing stuff for work, I'll use the chemicals from work. Let's see if we can scrape that off. So if your wife's like mine, she's going to replace your toothbrush constantly, right? Because, it's not doing the job anymore. So I take these old toothbrushes, I turn them into scrubbers. When you have shit like this, they work great for that purpose. It's not really doing a great job. Probably have to file this, scrape it, use a screwdriver. This is non-chlorinated, so it's not going to tear up your plastic. Yeah, don't use brake clean. That's a big no-no. Yeah, see that little chunk right there? This little chunk right here. Sometimes you really gotta scrape this shit off. But you see what I'm doing. Just do that until it's clean, and I'll show you the afterwards. Well, it took about a third of a beer, but I got all the acid off of it. The Circ Clean from NEXGEN. Yeah, it's pretty good. It actually did the job. Thank you, Karen. That's with a K-A-R-Y-N, not K-A-R-E-N. A little bit of a difference there. But, yeah. I'm going to see if I can put some batteries in it. Put it back together. I guess you might want to see that. So, I also went ahead and touched these up. There's very little, if any, acid on those. I checked over the board completely. No damage whatsoever. We just got to put these two screws back in. Load up some lithium batteries, which I will not be bringing back to work because I paid fucking money for those, so I will be keeping those, but it'll just be a proof of concept. And then I'll use the batteries I have at work, which are all lithium now. I'm trying to get my guys. I work with the greatest guys in the world, quite frankly. Trying to get all my guys just to use lithium, never to use alkaline, because after all, even if the battery costs $2 per, it's still worth it than buying a multi-$100 whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. Do not put alkalines in anything you don't want to throw away. The days the alkaline is over. It's tight or taut. So let's get some batteries in this thing and see if it works. If you are an individual that uses batteries a lot, all kinds, different kinds of batteries, let your wife do the OCD. You know, get yourself a nice little battery case. We got some Chicon lithium. We've got 9 volts in here. Almost every kind of freaking coin cell. Yeah, these are all alkaline, but they don't really fuck off too often. Lithium Rayovacs, because they're cheaper than Energizer, but you know, you do you. So in this box, these are my Energizers that I bought. They're not overly expensive, but these are, I found, the best batteries on the market currently. They give you the best milliamp hour, best charge, best power, best, and also the worst price. So let's see what we got here. That guy goes there. Like that. Like that. Plug this back into there. I don't know what the fuck that means. All right. Error. F233. So maybe that's just because it wasn't connected. So let's see if it happens. I'm going to cover it up just because the light's real bright. Still got the red light there. A little bit concerned about that. Oh, here, hold on. Light turned off. Before, that light was on, even though the screen was working. So yeah, I think I fucking fixed it. Just don't use alkalines in your expensive ass equipment anymore. Oh yeah, will it work when it's disconnected? Because this is a remote. These are pretty sweet. So you got this guy plugged into your thing, whatever the thing is that you want to measure. And then this is at the panel, for example, or at the device. And you have to go do. You walk over here to control the switch or the input. That's why this is so kick dick. You don't need 40 feet of freaking test lead. You just got to buy a 233, and you can remove this piece and take it over there when that piece is over there. So yeah, success. Time to drink more beer. Enjoy. Yeah, I was a little bit hesitant on whether or not the Circ Clean from NEXGEN would have worked or not on this particular application, this repair. But yeah, it did a freaking great job. Usually, for all my home stuff, I usually buy CRC, electronics connector, electronics part cleaner. I forgot what this shit's called, but it's made by CRC. Like I said, my rep at work, Karen, really great chick. You know, she said, hey, try this stuff out. So I've had it around the shop for a couple months or so, and then this job came along, and I said, you know what? This would be a great time to really try to see if this stuff does what she said it was going to do. And yeah, it cleans battery acid off very easily. I did end up using, hold on, let me get it. Shit. This guy. Not only did I use an old toothbrush that always keep these things around, but these little brass brushes work really great. I tend not to use the steel toothbrush cleaner brushes because they scratch up all kinds of shit. But these brass ones, I don't know, I buy a pack of like 50 of them on eBay for, I don't know, $20-$25, whatever the hell they are. And I just keep them in a box. I use them. These, because they're brass, they're very soft. I actually clean guns with these. I clean a little bit of corrosion off firearms and so forth. Great little brushes. Always good to have in your toolbox. And when they get all fuckered up on the end, you just throw them away and you use another one. But yeah, this stuff pretty good. I do recommend it. I don't know if you can buy it. I don't know how to obtain this as a civvy, but we do buy these things buy this stuff from this company here through our product rep Karen, and it worked out really well in this application. So yeah, seal of approval, kick ass, high speed, low drag, awesome.